Hello, welcome to the Collective Full Moon Reading. My name is Gina Virginia Casella. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Gina Virginia Casella. And I'd love for you to join my Facebook group, Dragon Dreams. And don't forget to pick up your copy of Dragon Dreams on Amazon.ca, written by yours truly. So, these Dragon Dreams, the Oracle, they will be available for purchase, but not yet. I'm still every now and then getting a new download, adding to the deck, but it will eventually be for sale. So I'm really excited about that. So let's just dive right into this. I like to weave my wisdom in the dark. So just being authentic with my house coat. If you've ever watched one of these, I don't, wake up and turn on the big bright lights and whatnot. I just get busy doing this. So I already brushed Rosie and fed her, if you're wondering. So let's open up our space. And I want to call in my guides, Amanda, Manus, Polaris, Toby, the goddesses, the wise and well, whale and orca elders, all of the folks that I work with, the Gnome King, anyone who has any special messages for us today for our collective full moon reading. Thank you for being with us. And today, I don't know what today's date is. It might be November 12th or something like that. All right, so just going to turn this there. Is that better? Okay, so it doesn't matter if you can see me. It's just interesting for you to see the cards. And Rosie and I are in transition, in case you're wondering. So we're looking for a place to live and just putting the candle in here for safety's sake. And when I'm done making this video, I just put this candle on the drawer over there. So I've got my cards here. And I'm asking today some tips and tricks for us to relate personally. Without going into too much detail, something that I've been working on is the Dragon Dream series. I ended up publishing books 5, 6, and 7. And initially, I wasn't going to publish any more books, at least not for a while. And I was working on making all these programs. And then the universe redirected me to stop focusing on programs and to get those books out. So check off list, I did that. And now I'm actually, I thought about finding some work reading audios, and I thought, well, fuck that shit. I'm going to read my own audios. So right now I'm recording that. And you know what? There's not a lot of money to be made in audios. And so what I'm manifesting right now is just folks having access to some of the work that I have done. And I know there's a lot of folks out there who need to read my books, but they're not big readers. It's just, some people aren't big readers. So it's a bit daunting for them to think about reading a book. So the intention is those folks will buy my book or the Kindle version to show their support. And then they can listen to me read the audio, and the audio is going to be for free. It's not going to be the whole entire series on audio, but a lot of it will be. That's my intention right now. And it's to trust and to listen to those messages from the heart because they're coming to me directly from the Archangel Michael that was reinforced by a psychic recently. And that's why I have my dream scarf on. I have multiple dream scarves. Usually I just, sometimes I wear it, but sometimes I just keep it on my lap. But I thought I should wear it around my neck just to be a bit more formal about it. So I'm wondering, how can you relate in the comments to anything that I said, or what's your update? I know it's personal. There's always so much to say, but when we're manifesting, just focus on one thing. And so for me, it's been Dragon Dream. So let's pick some cards. Oh, so pick a number, 1, 2, or 3. Don't overthink it. Whatever you are feeling, that I want you to stick to that. That's going to be your card. Okay, so I'm going to pick 3 cards right now. Okay, this is card number 1, and it was chosen by my pinky. That's the Earth. I'm just going to make a little note of that. 1 Earth. Okay, this one, the Earth, the Air, the Fire. Oh, card number 2 was the Fire. And then card number 3. This one right here. Card number 3, also the Fire. Okay, so I'm just going to put these away. And I always like to flash these, whatever you see. I keep seeing the one with the foot and the roses and the snake on the toe. Okay, I don't know where my Ziploc bag went. It's here somewhere. Right here. So I'm excited to share these cards, to publish them. If you know of a company that I can go to publish them, let me know. I looked on Kindle Direct Publishing, KDP, and I wasn't able to find anything. I found some. I kind of I fell down the rabbit hole looking at board games and stuff like that I could publish, but I I wasn't really trusting of the websites that I came across. So if you know um, a place I could print like just easily, just like on Amazon KDP, that I could upload my Dragon Dreams Oracle deck and then make them available to you, where they could have like it comes in a box, that kind of stuff. Let me know. That's also part of my next move. I don't want to publish the deck and then it's like, oh, here's 5 more cards to add to it. So I just feel like I'll probably publish these in 2025 and just let the rest of 2024 like resonate with this. Okay, so I've got card number 1, 2, and 3. So whatever number, that's the number you got to stick with. This first card, it was chosen by my pinky finger, which represents the earth elementals. And this card actually came up last time. This was all about your social, emotional, ongoing alchemy toolkit. So this full moon, if you're feeling intense, which is natural for pretty much all of us during the full moon, you probably need to relax. So even if you don't feel stressed out, it's not about being stressed out. It's just in a positive way, relaxing and nurturing yourself, giving yourself time for self-care, doing the things that you love, doing the things that bring you joy, even if it means putting a movie on that you've seen 500 times and intentionally falling asleep within the first 10 minutes of watching that movie. Like, it's nice to do that sometimes. Um, Sometimes it's relaxing to clean the place. Like when you have to do chores, nobody likes to do chores. Who looks forward to that? But sometimes if you're redecorating or something like that, we look forward to cleaning out our closet. And so find the joy in your life. That's what you're being reminded of about this intense full moon that we're having. And I drew pictures that represent me personally. Like there's a dance shoe and a sexy little outfit. It's also simultaneously a bikini. And I've got some, plants, and there's books that I like to read. And there's pictures of tarot cards in here. And I've got my clipboard up here with my um, well, I don't have it anymore because I'm in the middle of moving, but I had a clipboard that I would use every morning for ritual work. And I would put my little candle on there, and my incense would burn on it. And, um, there's meditation music that I listen to help me relax and unwind. But then if I want to like be in a dance mode, or if I'm cleaning, I like to put on some party dance music. And so do what you need to do to relax. And this big long thing here on the side, it's a prayer stick. So basically, it doesn't have to be a big stick, but if it's a big stick, what you do is you decorate it. So you can find flowers, for example, or weeds and wrap it around the stick. Or you could like use stuff that's not going to harm the environment, right? So if there's like tall grass, wrap it around and make a knot out of it. Now it's like a decoration. But when you're doing this, you set an intention. So what I did is I found a stick in the park, and I used it in my classroom as a pointer, just adding more natural elements. Like, how teachers have those big, long meter sticks? Well, I gave that up and I started using a big stick in the classroom. And when I went on leave, I was engaging in spirit work, and I thought, the prayer stick, I was inspired by Ted Andrews, and I thought, well, it's winter. I don't feel like going on a stick hunt. And I used that stick, since I wasn't teaching at that time, to make a prayer stick. And I was connecting with Mateo, who you can read about in Dragon Dreams, who he's always represented with the colors black and red. And so I took my black and red pencil crayon and I colored the stick, and then I took a black permanent marker and I drew pictures and things that just meant things to me and symbols. And the intention was to leave it outside, and basically it's like a visual representation of you um, saying a prayer and leaving it there. So it's like a piece of art, and it gets you, because we are the arts, and when you play with the arts, like reading, writing, poetry, painting, crafts, making a prayer stick, it helps us tap into that fifth dimension with our ghosties. And so the idea is that the stick eventually, the wind will knock it down, it'll start biodegrading, and then it's like your prayers are, um, being heard and manifesting during that process. So you can also do that with a candle. Tara Wild, well, she goes by Tara Braiding these days. She introduced me to an idea where you would decorate a candle. So you could use marker to color on it, or you can take a little knife and carve pictures into it. And then, while you're working on it, you're praying and thinking about things. So all the intention is going in there. And then when you light the candle and the candle burns, same idea with the stick. As it, fades away, your prayers are being absorbed into the powers that may be. There's a communication. If you wanted to do fire ceremony, it's the same idea. It's just that it's whatever appeals to you. And having a routine is really important. So even when you're doing self-care, it's nice to forget about time. But you know what? Even when you're having like a nice day where you're just chilling out, you still need to eat, right? So um, make sure you're taking care of yourself. And that was card number one, and that was coming from the Earth Elementals. This next card is coming from the Fire, and I got a glimpse of it. And actually, this card too, I swear, I just picked it for the new moon, right? So um, like I don't know if it was just the last one or the one before, but both of these cards, like I just picked them. So that's really interesting that they're coming up again. And when that happens, it just means that the idea is being reinforced. So the last new moon, if you got this card, um, that meant that you needed to recoil and go in your cave, go inside your mind, go inside your forest, go inside your spaceship, go inside your boat, whatever representation you're working with, going inside your bedroom. All of those are metaphors for going inside your mind. And going inside your mind, it's also going inside of your heart, going deep into the core. So when we're grounding ourselves, this is a dragon inside a cave, and the dragon, my dragon, is such a dark, dark ass purple color that he looks black, but he's purple, and he has a gold tail with an arrowhead, and it's also a heart shape. But over here, it's a rose as well, and the dragon was formulated, composing, decomposing in the core of the earth. And all of the elementals came together to create the rocks and plants and trees as we know it. And the dragon was a result of that. And so it's like, the claws are gemstones, the tail is a gold vein that became the tail, if you will. Um, and the dragon, he looks like he might be squashed in there, but it's representative of the womb and tomb. Like it's nice and cozy in there. But given the fact that it's the full moon, I feel like you need to come out of your cave and explore the forest. So there you are, the dragon, you're in the cave. And this was chosen by the fire. So there's a lot of passion, it's intensifying. it's like you're thinking about doing something, you're not sure if you should do it. It's like when you're like in a positive way, you can't sleep because you're excited because there's something that you're looking forward to doing, or maybe you're thinking about signing up for something and there's a due date and you need to sign up or you're going to miss the opportunity. And so that's the vibe I'm getting today, this full moon, is that you're feeling intense because there's something that you need to do. And yeah, you're inside the cave, you're contemplating and going through introspection, but now it's time to take action. So you have to get out of the cave. So do that and let me know in the comments, what are you doing? What are you taking action for? And for myself personally, I'm I'm manifesting those audios. That's the action that I'm taking. I feel like I should be doing other things with my time, but I'm like, nope, I need to really listen to those messages from the Archangel Michael. So that's what I'm doing. And even doing this, I thought about, I'm just going to skip this, nobody really cares. No, people do care. It's not for everybody. And the handful of people that are watching this, it's important to them. And it's important to me too, because this is part of my process. So how can you relate? I chose card number 2. Often, sometimes I choose card number 3. When in doubt, choose C. So I always choose like, option 3 or option C. And sometimes I'll choose card number 1. I often don't choose card number 2. And today that's the one I chose. And, when it comes to grounding ourselves and going deep into the core, it means, yeah, the core of the earth, literally, like going down right into that core, but it's also symbolic of your own sovereignty, your body being the land. So going into the core of your very like gut. So letting your thoughts drop from your head to your gut to your heart and going to the core deep within yourself. So as you're grounding yourself and connecting to the earth, you're simultaneously going grounding deep within your own body. Okay, the third, oh, and I think I said it, that was chosen by the fire. This card number 3 was also chosen by my middle finger, which also represents the fire. And I can't tell if this is black or purple. Because there's a couple like this. Let me just flick my big light on for a moment. Oh. So it's a pink lightning bolt, and then there's purple swirls all around it. This is one of the new ones actually that I added. So that pink lightning bolt, that's you. And the pink lightning bolt, any lightning bolt, it's like it cracks the sky, if you will. It's kind of like the image of somebody whipping the horses, like it's time to go, yeah, and they whip and the horses go, and it's like that's you. You're like, yeah, you're like whipping your thoughts into action. It's time to manifest. So kind of like this card here, you need to get up and do something, except you're doing it. You're actually doing it. You are cracking the sky. You're making change. You're penetrating this jagged lines. These are representative of masculine qualities. And so you're electric, you're here and there, just like lightning, you're unpredictable. So with like the feminine in circles, it's like swirls, and you can kind of predict, like, if my hand is swirling this way, you can predict it's going to go like this. I mean, I could change my mind, but with lightning, when it strikes, it could go up, down, straight. It's unpredictable. So you are manifesting. You're making that change. You're penetrating, you're going for it. And that's the color pink. It's representative of me, but like I'm you, and so the pink lightning bolt is you in this image. The purple around it, that represents transformation and transcendence. So you're not just like cracking the sky and making change, you're actually rewriting your program. So if there was like something like, some shadow work that was going on, you've now like, yay, check off list. You've done that, you've accomplished it. You've loosened, you've let go, and now you're like moving on with your life. And so the purple, just to reiterate transformation and transcendence. So when you think about a whale or mermaids or a comet or a sea turtle, they migrate. So they basically go in a big circle. Just like planet Earth, we orbit the solar system, right? And your shadows, they orbit as well. And so when you have like a really shitty negative shadow that you finally transformed, like a false inhibiting belief, for example, about money. So using money for an example, let's say you're like, you don't have a good relationship with money, but now you've worked on that shadow and now you're like, I have a good relationship with money. That's it. I've changed my belief. Money and I, we're friends, we get along. Money comes in and out, it flows. I imbue money with light and love. Good for me. I'm in a good place with money. Okay, great. Well, money will orbit, right? And when it comes back, when it migrates back to you, and you're like, oh no, I got an unexpected bill in the mail and now I'm all stressed out about it. That doesn't mean that you actually you weren't successful transcending. So for a short time you were able to transform it, but you didn't make the permanent change, assuming that's the scenario. So when money migrates and comes back to you and you get an unexpected bill in the mail and you're like, oh, whatever, I'm indifferent to that. Money flows to me. I have bills to pay. I had this unexpected bill. It's really not a big deal. Yeah, it sucks. I got to pay it, but you're really indifferent about it. That's when you know you've transcended a shadow. So the shadows are still there. They just don't, they're not as intensified anymore. All of our shadows are always going to be there. They're a part of us. We come from the dark. We will return to the dark. And um, so you're there. So you might be feeling intense because of that, but just reminding yourself that you have changed. You have whatever you were working on. I used money as an example. But whatever you were working on, you transcended it. So good for you. So in a very general way, all of these cards apply to everybody. But if you picked card number 1 or 2 or 3, then that is the main message to you. So I hope you enjoyed today's full moon reading. The last thing to do is to do some fire ceremony. So what to do is um, you could you can pause this and you just write one thing. You can scribble um, many things on here. It doesn't have to be fancy. You can write over your own words. You can draw pictures to the point that it's not even, legible anymore. It doesn't matter. Just get it all down. And so sometimes too, you might just want to write something like "thank you." What a lot of folks do is they'll write something positive on one side, and then they'll write something negative on the other side. But because this is the full moon, I want to encourage you to write something that you want to just release, something that you can release, um, something. It doesn't necessarily have to be positive, negative. Whatever you're feeling, write that down, and try to have one focus. And as I make these videos, I'm going to do less and less explaining and just more like hop skip to it. So I'm just going to take a moment here. So you just take your paper and twist it up. I'm gonna put it in the fire. If you different strokes for different folks. Sometimes I do this paper thing. Sometimes I'll take like the end of my incense, the stick, or you can use a toothpick. And instead of writing on the little incense stick, you just um, think about the words and blow into it. You could also talk it out like you're talking into a little microphone, into your stick that you're using, or whatever it is, a piece of cloth. And I have a can. Oh, it's right here. Just for safety. This isn't my normal setup. So I'm going to burn it and then put it over the can just in case it drops. And as it's burning, just think about things that I said, things that you wrote down. Because whatever's going on now, that's what's going to be happening. It's going to intensify. It's still burning just a little bit. And the idea behind fire ceremony, there's a lot of ideas behind it, but one of the main ideas is that it's like a coming together. And when when everything around us is manifested, it's like each layer, string theory, each piece of fiber is woven together to create me, to create you, to create this candle, to create the piece of paper. And when we burn something, the fire untwines and releases every single fiber. And basically, the light, if you will, is captured. Kind of like when you take water and you freeze it to ice, that you can freeze the ice, right? So the water is like stuck. But then when the ice unthaws, the water is free again. And so it's like the paper that I just burned, those fibers and whatnot are free again. And as I freed them, my little prayer went with them. So I'm going to take a picture of these cards, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments how you relate. And it's really nice sharing this with you. It's something that I do for me. I used to do this like every day pretty much, and I should get into my routine a bit more. but I'm in transition right now, moving around, so that's okay. And I'm really glad I took the time this morning to do it. If you're feeling intense, just remind yourself that it is a full moon. And feeling intense can also be like a healthy, positive thing. Often, we feel intense feelings, but we might just feel hyper, like we need to dance, and that's okay. So, anyways, thank you so much for joining me on today's collective full moon reading. Today is, I don't know, somewhere in mid-November. It's Wednesday today. I know that, and it's November 12th, perhaps maybe the 13th. And please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Gina Virginia Casella. Please like this video. Love for you to join my Facebook group, Dragon Dreams. And don't forget to get your copy of one of my books on Amazon.ca. All right, till next time, see ya. Take care.